Anzac Day 2014 in Perth, where an estimated 40 to 50,000 people attended the dawn service. Similar turnouts occurred all over Australia and New Zealand. But why is it that so many people, especially the younger generation, attend these services, considering that Gallipoli was one of the biggest Allied defeats of the First World War? Is it because many Australians and New Zealanders sense deep down that a key to understanding their national destinies and even their individual identities are interwoven with the Gallipoli campaign? Could it even be that it was destined for the young nations of Australia and New Zealand to actually be at Gallipoli, and that there was something more to the Gallipoli campaign than merely the battles fought there in 1915? Author and presenter Kelvin Crombie explores these questions in his book Gallipoli, The Road to Jerusalem, and a new documentary of the same title. Beginning in Istanbul, the presenter looks at the strategic waterways of the Bosphorus and the Dardanelles and the background reasons for the Gallipoli campaign, and how it was that British, Australian, New Zealand, Indian and French troops were even present there, and why British and Anzac troops were then later in the land of Israel at Gaza, Beersheba, Jerusalem and Semach on the Sea of Galilee. These background reasons include the geopolitical and economic centrality of the region, stretching from the Dardanelles around to the Suez Canal. This region has been pivotal since ancient time, for within it great empires arose and the great world religions of Judaism, Christianity and Islam were birthed, while the trade routes connecting Europe and the Far East ran through it. This background, this bigger picture, enables us to better understand how indeed the road which began at Gallipoli would lead logically and ultimately to Jerusalem. The narrative revolves around on-camera presentations in Turkey, various locations in Europe, Israel, Jordan, Australia and New Zealand, as well as numerous interviews. Former Governor-General of Australia, Major General Michael Jeffrey, stated,
"Well, I think in summing up in terms of this overall project, I think it's a marvellous one because, as you know, I was very taken with your book and had the privilege of writing a foreword to it. And I think what you're doing now in bringing this to even greater prominence through this process, through the tapes that you're doing, will help in that educational process. Because there was a very simple adage, I'm not sure who said it, but it was a statement that went, if you don't know where you come from, you don't know where you're going. In other words, if you don't understand your history, then it's very hard to move forward as a nation.